speech would be such a difficult challenge. I mean, these are my parting words to my classmates, to their family and friends, to my family and friends. And there are so many different routes that I could take. I could do the usual, congratulations guys, we made it. I could go the sentimental route and try to make everyone cry. I could try and rap how my high school years were. Yeah, let's not do that. I could rant about all the assignments and people who frustrated me on a daily basis. We'd be here for hours. Or I could just talk about these years from my heart. Yeah, I like that idea. I want to do that. I'd like to quote from last year's valedictorian, Jacob Ferguson. 20 years from now, will I look back upon these years and say that they were the best of my life? I hope not. I hope this doesn't brand me as insensitive. It's just that if the highlight of my life is my high school years, then I'm going to be miserable. Although I don't know what my future holds, I do know who holds my future. God has a tremendous plan for all of us. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." I'm so reassured and excited for the future from that one statement. But I will miss my days at Pontotoc High. Dr. Seuss once stated, "You never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory." And now, that's all we have left. Memories. Our senior class of 2016 moments are over. I think back to earlier this year. I was shopping in Walmart, picking up deodorant or potato chips, I don't remember. When I was checking out, I saw my friend Ashley checking out too. We said hey and then went our separate ways. The next day, we couldn't help but realize that this is exactly how life is going to be for us seniors starting May 21st. We're not going to see each other every day anymore. But that's getting way too sad way too quickly. Let's think back to a few years ago. When we entered high school, we knew that it was the start of something new, a whole new world that promised to make a man out of us when it was finished with us. Then, all that daydreaming out in our cars, we started sprinting to homeroom shouting, "I'm late!" We knew that to have good grades, we had to be one jump ahead and get our heads in the game. Those random snow days always came out of nowhere, but we were always eager to ask each other, "Do you want to build a snowman?" Then, when our poor, unfortunate souls were forced back into the classroom, all we could think about was breaking free and getting back to where we would be on the beach in summer. Somewhere in the midst of high school, we probably found a girl worth fighting for. And after the 5th day, we wondered, should we have kissed the girl? The answer is yes. Junior year came around, just around the river bend, and we began to realize that we were almost there. I remember that I just couldn't wait to be king of the high school. Our junior prom, we either admitted that I don't dance and just walked away, or we realized that it's now or never and just let loose on the dance floor. With the year winding down, we knew that we could work this out and go the distance to make it to the pinnacle of the first stage of our lives. Then fabulous senior year ride, we had bopped to the top. Our motto became Hakuna Matata. Most of the time, we just wanted to scream. Our senior prom was definitely a night to remember. By the end of it, we couldn't believe that we soon would have to let it go. When we wished upon a star for our future to speed up, we thought that at last we had seen the light. But now, we're starting to wonder, do we use our time wisely and come to the point of being prepared to become a part of your world? Have we learned the bare necessities? This entire year, all that consumed our minds was a simple question: when will my life begin? Now we see that life is a highway. Now we know that mother always knows best. The real world is inviting us to be their guest. And truth, it's time that we gotta go our own way. We found exactly what we've been looking for. But now, we want to go back to the way things were. To stick to the status quo. To stay right here, right now. I'm gonna share so many memories from my days at Pontotoc. Mr. Parks' lesson on dividing by negative numbers and inequality. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Reverse the inequality symbol. Miss Rutledge's motto for sophomore year. Show up, keep up, shut up. The fact that AB was only on time 4 times for FCA this entire year. 4. Nearly every morning my junior year, Mr. Pittman telling us to have a wonderful, productive, outstanding, instructional, and educational workday. The first day in Miss Foreman's class my junior year, she yelled at us. This is a college class. You all need to stop talking. And then she was the absolute sweetest teacher from that day on. Every day at marching band practice when Mr. Wigg would yell, let's do that one more time. It was never just one more time. You lied to us, Mr. Wigg. All of our awesome memories from theater, like the first time we heard Jessica sing, oh my goodness. Or that time we heard Bryce sing and, well, Miss Wall shut him down real quick. Also, the face Miss Wall gives me whenever I utter the word improv, she's giving me that look right now. All the most random conversations with all my friends at break, going to prom with 2 of the prettiest girls in high school, yeah, I did that. And most importantly, yesterday, being a member of the super sophisticated, strangely sexy scooter squad in the senior parade. Oh, I'm going to remember that one for a long time. I learned in high school that love sucks. I mean, it is not at all like they make it out in the movies. It is so much more simple to just be single. However, there is one relationship that I've truly grown to love and cherish more than anything. He was born over 2,000 years ago in a feeding trough in Bethlehem. He grew up a simple life, but he knew that he was destined for greatness. When he got older, he began to make a lot of friends. He and his friends would go out and talk to anyone and everyone who would listen to them. Then some bullies came along and tried to pick on him, make him feel inferior. But he stood strong. In the very presence of evil, he stood strong. He did nothing wrong, and yet he was persecuted as a criminal, spat upon, stepped on, punched, kicked, whipped, nailed to a cross, and hung out to die. He never did anything wrong, but he was brave enough to take the punches, the kicks, the whippings for us. He did it for us. Who is this blessed Savior who would give his life for mine and yours and everyone in the world? His name is Jesus Christ. He is the Son of God. God is alive, and he lives in me. Bill Vaughn once said, stormy weather is what man needs from time to time to remind him he's not really in charge of anything. That quote has never screamed louder to me than it has this year. I'll be the first to admit that I have not always lived as Christ commanded me to. Especially this past year, I was often so focused on getting this assignment done, watching this TV show, checking Instagram and Twitter, making final memories with my classmates. This senior year has had its many ups and downs, but I know that when I just stopped worrying and started focusing in on the message God was conveying to me, life became a bowl of cherries. To reiterate from my earlier quote from Jacob Ferguson, I cannot wait to see where we'll be, where I'll be in 20 years. Jay is going to become the most successful drug dealer, pharmacist in history. I'm sure Grayson is going to be directing the hottest blockbuster movie of the summer. After dropping his hot rap album, Rick's going to bench press like 1,000 pounds, maybe 2,000. Denver is going to be the best golfer in the world. Throughout the next 20 years, we'll meet that perfect person, if we haven't already. We'll fall in love and get married. We will finally learn why our parents always came home extremely tired while we were full of energy. Eventually, we'll have kids of our own, and then we'll be in the same shoes as you parents, watching our little tots grow up before us, wanting desperately for our little darlings to never grow up, just stay this little. To God, I thank you for the legion of blessings you have bestowed upon me, for without you, I would be nothing but a passing pile of dirt, here one day and gone tomorrow. To our teachers, thank you for giving us the knowledge to persevere and strive to do well in the real world. I'm sorry for all the times that I asked, when will this be applied to my daily life? But truly, Thank you not only for the educational lessons, but also for the real-world advice. To our families, thank you for encouraging us to dream big. Thank you for picking us up when we fell down and scraped our knees. Thank you for holding us and telling us that you love us when our hearts got broken. Thank you for knocking us off our pedestal when we got huge egos. Thank you for never giving up on us and for loving us unconditionally. To my classmates, the class of 2016, do you remember when we were the scared freshmen, the arrogant sophomores, the anxious juniors? Then we came and embodied the spirit of the mighty, incredible, kind of a big deal seniors. And now, in a few short moments, we will join the innumerable ranks of honored PHS alumni. As we get ready to set forth from our high school, I can tell you all that you'll be in my heart, and that you've always got a friend in me. Never forget that we're all in this together. I want to reassure and comfort you guys with a quote from Elbert Hubbard. He has achieved success who has worked well, laughed often, and loved much. Guys, just always remember that. And no matter what the world throws at you, you will be happy. And never forget, no matter what anyone says, we are a big deal. Thank you all, and God bless.